All right, folks, fine folks, fine folks. How many of you have been here since day one? 3 of you, maybe, at most. Mom, you are one of them. Thank you. And potentially 2 other people. Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. Today's a big special day for me and for all of us here at the Anders Ericsson channel, because this is not only our 250th episode, it's also our 5-year anniversary. So today I thought, because it's our 5-year anniversary, I thought I'm gonna revisit our first cocktail, the first video. I'm not gonna watch it. I actually still haven't mustered up the courage to watch that video again because I look 30 years younger and I no longer have the energy that I had in that video. One day I will watch it on my deathbed. The first video, if you didn't already know, was the Sidecar, and it's one of my all-time favorite cocktails. The Sidecar is what got me into craft cocktails, so it's very special to me. And we haven't revisited on the channel at all in 250 episodes. So today we're gonna do that. And if you saw that episode, then you already know the recipe, because we're not changing a thing. This is the recipe we're gonna do. But back then, I didn't have a format for the video, so we didn't talk about history or any of that stuff. Today, we're going to make the drink, talk a little bit about it, but there's a little something special. I'm also going to give you a second recipe, which is kind of the Sidecar's spicier, distant relative, known as the Alabazam. Not to be confused with the Alamaguzlam, that's a different drink. Or Alabama, that's a state. So stick around. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's go make the Sidecar. Again, to the bar. It's taken me 5 years to perfect my perfect note stand. That right there, 5 years of tinkering. My wife is from Japan, so that's how I'm so good at origami. All right, so today, because this is such a crazy episode, we're gonna do things a little differently, all right? We're going to make the drink first because, again, if you've seen the first episode, you already know the recipe. So let's dive right in. I'm gonna show you how to do it. I suppose you need to know the bottles that I will be using. Let me give a good chance, great chance, you have these ingredients at home already. So let's do this. To make the Sidecar, we will need cognac, orange Curaçao, lemon juice, and then also have some sugar on a plate. Shake it around so it's nice and even. I'm not even gonna talk about the ingredients. I'm not. Okay, I will. The base is cognac. You could use brandy. Armagnac is very good. Let's use cognac. That's my favorite. Use a nice one. I like the Maison Rouge because it's priced nicely if you can find it, but there are a number of good options out there. The orange liqueur, I like orange Curaçao because it's a little bit richer than a triple sec, and we are not adding any simple syrup to this cocktail. So that's why I'm going with the richer orange Curaçao. Lemon juice, freshly squeezed, as always. If you're using squeezy bottle, store-bought, already squeezed lemon juice, go back and watch episode 1 and make your way through all 249 videos until you're caught up to today. And then, of course, like I mentioned, a little sugar in the plate because we're gonna do some sugar on the rim of the glass. This is weird. It's weird making the drink already. First things first, grab that plate of sugar and grab a chilled cocktail glass. I like a coupe for this one. Also a piece of lemon. When I juiced this lemon juice, I reserved half a lemon for what we are about to do. All right, this is the chilled coupe I was telling you about. We are going to take that lemon and we want to get the lemon juice on the edge of the glass so the sugar sticks to it. You get it. I like to just, with the flat edge of the lemon, just rub it around the edge of the glass. We don't want to squeeze it onto the edge or you get a really thick, a ton of sugar, and some people like that, but I don't. Turn your glass upside down and set it onto the sugar. Don't touch it, no need to ram it in there. Just set it down, let gravity do its work. Pick it straight up and give it a little shake, maybe a little tap, get any excess sugar off there, and look at that. Wow, that's perfect. Take this glass, pop it back in the freezer while we make the drink. Keep this cold. Now that we've rimmed the glass, in 5 years of being on this channel, I've never truly felt comfortable saying that because I don't really know how to explain rimming the glass without sounding inappropriate. Rim the glass. I can't say now you Now you edge. You can't say these things. Or rub it, yeah, rub it. Put sugar on the edge of your glass. End of sentence. That's what we did. And I'm glad that that part's over. There's a few different ratios that are common. All equal parts is one of them. However, I like the 3-2-1 ratio. We're gonna go 3 parts cognac, 2 parts Curaçao, and 1 part lemon juice. 3-2-1. Let's start with the cognac. We're gonna go 1.5 ounces of cognac. There we are. Onto the orange liqueur. 1 full ounce of the orange Curaçao and 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice. That's it. Everybody, that's all. All right, let's add ice and shake. 15 seconds or so. You know, I gotta say, I always like the smell of a cocktail when you open the shaking tin and you get this fresh, bright scent. But the Sidecar might be my favorite. It's such a good smell. Get your prepared glass now. Frost it up once more, double strain into the cocktail glass. And when I do this, for me, the perfect pour falls just below that sugar line. If it starts touching that sugar, it's gonna melt into the drink and things start getting sticky. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sidecar. Cheers. We'll see you in 5 years. Let's drink it. All right, so I'm gonna take a couple sips here. We'll talk about it, a little bit of history, and then we're gonna make another drink. I just wanna say, as we dive in, the first sip of the Sidecar is my favorite. So simple. It's light, it's bright. You definitely get the orange liqueur, the lemon juice, of course, but everything is in balance and you get that cognac underneath it. So you don't need simple syrup. If you did, you would get a little bit more weight. You know what? I'm gonna sit down. I'm sitting down. You should too. If you're watching these videos standing, I don't know what you're doing. The second best sip of the Sidecar is the second sip of the Sidecar. You got sugar on the edge of the glass. It gives you a little crispity sweetness, which is really nice because the drink itself is rather light. The reason why this drink is special to me is this is the one that got me into craft cocktails. This is gonna sound kind of crazy, but it really opened my eyes to the idea of fresh citrus in a drink. Prior to this, I was using sour mix and thinking nothing of it. Like, it was an aha moment for me. This was 2007. Spring of 2007. So I had been bartending for 6 years before that, and I was focused on customer service. And so here's the thing, is when I had that, then I started making sidecars for all of my guests at the bar, even if they didn't order it. I'd say, well, you could have a glass of wine, or you could have one of my almost famous sidecars. And they enjoyed it and they were very kind and said, thank you, but that's not what I wanted. Long story short, I really enjoyed making a good cocktail and seeing the effect it had on the customer. Most of you know, with these classic cocktails, I like to cover the history, and I didn't get a chance to do that with the Sidecar initially, so I'm gonna do it now. Now, the name Sidecar, we're pretty sure is named after a sidecar of a motorcycle sidecar. You know that little bucket that they put a wheel on and they put a very trusting person in and then drive off with on the side of a motorcycle? That thing. In the year 1922 of our Lord, you saw this drink pop up in 2 separate cocktail books. The first one was called Cocktails, How to Mix Them by Robert Vermeer. And the second was Harry Macalone's Harry's ABC of Mixing Cocktails. Both of them mention a bartender named McGarry in London, so maybe he created it. But I think years later, like in the 30s, Robert said, the drink was created in southern France, which it could have, I don't know. What we do know is that almost immediately the cocktail became very popular in France, in London, in the United States, everywhere. And it's kind of crazy to me that this cocktail took off. I mean, it's a good drink, but there already were very similar cocktails, like the Brandy Crusta, Brandy Daisy. They're very similar drinks. And after it, you get so many variations. You've got the Embassy cocktail, Between the Sheets, Boston Sidecar, and then if you think of outside of brandy, you've got Pegu Club with gin, you've got the Margarita with tequila. These are all very similar drinks, but the Sidecar has remained one of the steadfast fixtures in classic cocktails. In fact, if you go out to most craft cocktail bars and you order a Sidecar, they're gonna know what you're talking about and they're gonna be able to make you one. The one drink that I did not mention that predates all of this is this crazy one called the Alabazam. It dates back to 1878 in a book called American and Other Drinks, written by Leo Engel. And it is essentially a sidecar with a heavy hand of Angostura bitters. Now the sidecar is one of my favorite things, and so is Angostura bitters, so of course I gotta make it. So I'm gonna make it for you, for us, right now. To make the Alabazam, we will need cognac, orange liqueur, fresh lemon juice, simple syrup, and Angostura bitters. So once again, we've got, you can see where the sidecar falls into this. We've got the cognac as the base. For the orange liqueur, I swapped out that Curaçao for triple sec, specifically Cointreau. It's a brighter orange flavor. We're gonna be adding a good amount of that bitters, so I like the bright orange. Again, fresh lemon juice. The simple syrup is semi-rich simple syrup, which I always use, 1.5 parts sugar to 1 part water. And this is basically, you could think of it as replacing that sugared rim on the glass, but it's gonna be in the cocktail. We also need a little extra sugar because we're gonna put in a fair amount of Angostura bitters here. Let's build. New shaking tin. So we're gonna serve this up. Get your glassware chilled. Just like the sidecar, let's start with the cognac. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of cognac. I'm gonna add 1/2 ounce of triple sec. Go 3/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice. 1/2 ounce of our simple syrup. And finally, the Angostura bitters. Now, I'm gonna be pouring from the bottle because I don't even know how many dashes this would be, but it's gonna be 1 bar spoon. So you want to take off the little dasher top. We've done this before, we're doing it again. And set this in a safe place because we're gonna put that back on. We're gonna add 1 bar spoon, or 5 milliliters roughly, of the Angostura bitters. 1 bar spoon. Some people add more than that, but I'm telling you, 5 milliliters is enough. Now, when you are done, be sure to put the little stopper top back on the bottle of bitters. Because if you don't, the next time you go to make yourself a cocktail, you're in for a surprise, and not a good one. I've said this a million times. Now, we can add ice and shake. For those of you who are like, wanna know everything about your cocktail, this glass is slightly larger than the coupe that I did the sidecar in because there's a little bit more volume in this drink. Double strain into your cocktail glass. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alabazam. Cheers. Okay, good. I'm gonna invite Oz on. She's been behind that camera since day one.
Hi.
I've got an old sidecar, sticky sidecar if you wanna try it.
I feel like I would like a brand new sidecar. Well, look at this.
You want me to make you one real quick?
Yeah. Wait, should I taste this first though,
All right,
maybe?
oh, yeah.
Cheers, the Alabazam. Ooh, it smells good. Ooh, it is good.
It's really good, isn't it?
Okay, that's better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Cheers. I think that's really good. I like that a lot. So a few things that I like about this versus the sidecar. Number one, it's got a nice frothy top, which is really nice. It also has a bit more weight from the simple syrup. The color is beautiful. It's just a good balance of sweet, sour, and spiciness. I think it's an exciting cocktail. This needs to be more popular, so I really hope that you try these specs. Oz, would you like another sip? I'm gonna make you a fresh sidecar so you can have that, all right?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Leave a comment down below if you've been here since. We were in not a studio, like we are actually in our YouTube studio, but we used to film in our studio apartment.
Yeah.
Not even a 1-bedroom.
A studio apartment.
Like a literal
a one-room
tiny
apartment.
1-room apartment. The bar was our table that was propped up on milk crates. So leave a comment down below if you've been here since those days, because that was crazy.
I've aged quite a bit.
Me too. You know, after you cross a certain threshold of life, you age much more rapidly.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right? Like 20 to 25, I feel like you don't age that much physically.
Yeah.
You know, but like after 35, you're like, boom! We're wiser. We're wiser.
Wiser.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that sugar. That's good. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna pretend like I don't like sugar, okay? And just because I like sugar doesn't mean I don't like things with no sugar. I don't know what I'm trying to prove there when I said that.
Yeah, I don't either. For a new studio.
Enough about us. What about you guys? You know what's been going on?
Yeah.
What's happened in the last 5 years? Tell us. Let us know.
In the comments down below.
Let us know what's going on.
Thank you so much for being here.
Come on up. Yeah!
Look who it is. Thank you all so much for watching this video and for the last 5 years. Here's to many more. Sign up for the newsletter. Don't forget your merch.
Grab your grenadine.
Grab your grenadine. Link for all this stuff is down below. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Goodbye.